In ancient natural philosophy, the thinker Empedocles spoke of two suns, a bright, spirit-like sun and a dark, material sun. The bright sun, or philosophical gold, is the inner fire linked to spirit and ether, a hidden, artistic fire that moves through all things and powers the true work of alchemists. The dark sun, or material gold, represents the outer, consuming fire that burns and transforms matter. Empedocles also taught that all life comes from the tension between two forces, love and conflict. In alchemy, these forces are mirrored by many pairs, Mercury and sulfur, the great polar agents of transformation. Quicksilver and brimstone, the same dynamic in Arabic alchemy, sun and moon, cosmic opposites in harmony. White woman and red man, symbols of union in the work. Fiery spirit and watery matter, the blending of heaven and earth. At the heart of alchemy is the conjunctio, the sacred marriage of these opposites, male and female, spirit and matter. This union gives birth to the lapis, the red sun of the sun, the indestructible product of the cosmic work. William Blake saw the male principle as representing time and the female principle as representing space. When these two come together, they create a living, shifting pattern where individual events echo and overlap, forming a larger whole. This whole reflects both the human imagination and the divine image, with all elements happening at once in a kind of timeless present. Each piece of this living organism opens up into a complete form, what Blake called Jerusalem, his vision of unity. This idea shaped his poetry, where stories unfold like a kaleidoscope, offering many layers of meaning all at once, challenging the usual way of seeing events as fixed in time and space. In alchemy, this same interplay appears. The female mercurial principle represents the fluid, changing processes of nature. Alchemists tried to control this mercurial force, but it always slips away. If you try to capture it, it turns into thoughts. If you judge it, you find you're judging yourself. This reflects a deeper truth seen later in quantum physics. You can't separate the observer from what's being observed. What we see depends on us, and at the smallest levels, nature keeps flipping inner and outer realities. In modern times, thinkers like Alfred North Whitehead tried to go beyond the split between mind and matter, showing that what we see and what is out there are deeply connected. He summarized this insight by saying, "Exactness is a fake, a reminder that reality is always more fluid and mysterious than we try to make it." Alchemy is about transforming materials by combining and refining their elements. The alchemist's work involves gradually breaking down the elements of nature and turning them into something unified and perfected, a process described as a rotation of the elements until they come to rest together. The goal of this process is to bring down the divine fifth element, quintessence or pure spirit, into earthly matter. This meant turning base substances into something that reflects divine light, like turning salt into something holy. Alchemists saw this as a spiritual journey too, passing through darkness, symbolized by Saturn or Kronos, god of time, and emerging into a golden age of unity and love, achieved through a magical elixir or drinkable gold. The stages of the alchemist's work, the opus magnum, were often described by colors: blackening or nigredo, breaking down the old form; whitening or albedo, purification; yellowing or citrinitas, awakening; and finally, reddening or rubedo, final perfection. There were also 12 phases linked to zodiac signs, including stages like calcination, burning away impurities, dissolution, melting, and sublimation, refinement. Paracelsus added to these ideas by describing 3 basic principles: salt, the body, solid and stable; sulfur, the soul, fiery and combustible; mercury, the spirit, fluid and changeable. These weren't just substances but forces of nature shaping the world. Alchemists believed that by mastering these forces they could heal and restore the fallen world, bringing it back to its original perfect state. This ancient quest linked to the idea that everything comes from a single prime matter, the original material of creation. The alchemist's true goal was to return fallen creation to its pure, divine form. Finally, alchemy's vision echoes in modern science. The search for transformation of elements in alchemy foreshadowed discoveries in nuclear physics, where atomic nuclei are fused to create new elements, though with far more energy than the alchemists could have imagined.